Hey, good afternoon traders. So it is just past midday here in the UK, Wednesday afternoon, and we're just going to have a quick run through the market and what our predictions were at the beginning of the week and how we've managed to profit from those. So first off was our video at the beginning of the week was how we were looking at a potential seasonal sell-off in precious metals. So let's just move over to that chart right now that we called on Sunday night. So it was platinum. We basically said look at selling on the open as the market opens, and we pretty much hit target first take profit on Monday. Those that wanted to go that extra distance down to these wicks here, well, you've just been filled today. So a nice trade there for you, bringing in about 1.5% return. Now obviously we're coming into another structure point here, so rather than looking for any further shorts right now, I'd be sitting on the sidelines locking in profit, because there's every probability we could take a short-term rebound from this area and get a correction maybe sort of 50% of the way. Now the other market we were looking at was shorts on gold, but if we look at gold, you can see I'll just remove this red line right now because that was our analysis. We were looking for price to come back up into this region to sell off. Now that is still our sort of bias and our consensus that we're looking for. However, what we can see right now is, let me just get rid of all these here. This is what you call doing video live and without having preparation, because I like to talk about the charts as I see it live. So essentially we've got this little box range being formed down at the bottom, and right now what we want to see is now that price is coming to our support level, this is a fib, let's just get rid of that. You can see that price is coming to this support zone through here, and what we're looking for now is either price to break out of this little zone you can see here, which if we look at sort of 1288. Now if we drop down to the hourly time frame, what you'll see is a little bit more clarity and sort of a ledge or a shelf being formed. You can see that we kind of had a little bit of a false break out of this zone here around 1289. It popped through to 1290, and then we've seen a little sell-off. Now what I want to zoom in on here is how we could get this right shoulder, and it's potentially it's a buy right now for the aggressive traders. And I'm saying that because if we just put this through here and just drop down to that close, what we get is we get the left shoulder, the head, the right shoulder. We're looking at this, the neckline, and we're going to buy up into the neckline, and then our next potential trade here will be a bullish move through the neckline, a retest, and trade that long up into around the 1300 1304 zone here, where we'll then look to continue that bear move back down. So we're looking to trade the correction on the smaller time frame long, and then back into the impulse for further sell-off. So that's our plan here for gold. So make note of current prices, what we're looking at doing. This trade here, the right shoulder, remember that's only for aggressive traders. We do have a similar setup on silver. I'll just pull in silver very quickly so you can see, and then trade obviously which one you prefer. Silver, we've got a lot cleaner box range, and you can see it highlighted here. You're talking sort of $15 to about 15.16, so you're looking for a break of that, maybe some test for that 15.27, and then pull back, retest, and drive it up to 15.5. If we go to the higher time frame, you'll see that this pulls into this sort of structure point here, which is double top neckline, and that's where we'll be looking to exit the position and do that stop and reverse and sell short back into the impulse bearish move that we're expecting through this seasonal period. So if we go back to other markets that we're looking for this month, we were selling sterling at the beginning of the week. So if we just go back, the trade that we looked at and took was this one through here. This is what we called the gap up came in. We saw the market fail, and it wasn't a runaway gap, which we would expect. We're looking for the market to retrace. We took a sell underneath this bullish candle here. We took some profits as it came in, and then we rode it down, took some more profits. You know, opportunity did present itself here with the retest, However, you know, we're just sitting on the sidelines now because we're some way through the correction. Now, towards the end of the month, sort of the third week of this month, what we'd expect is we'd expect a long signal on sterling, which sort of goes hand in hand nicely with the fundamentals that a no deal has been taken off the table. So even though we may see some Brexit news that isn't going to be favourable for pound, I believe that we should see further upside on the fact that no deal has been taken off the table, and you know, any deal would be better than no deal. So expect to see price pull back into maybe the 130.50 or even this ascending trend line. So let's just take a look at that trend line here. You can see starting back at early 2019, we've had a clean touch here, and we're following this correction back into support. So this will be for your early entry. The more conservative entry, if we just go up a time frame, what you'll see is you see this nice structure forming at 132, but I'd like to see a daily close up through 133s, and then we use this next correction. So we're looking at, let's just draw it on for you, price to pull back into here and move up, and then we're looking for that next correction to be buying long here. So we're looking for the seasonal longs around this area here to get long, and then we'll obviously take money out as it's coming into these 133 areas, just in case we get another correction off that and the sellers come back into the market, because we can't forecast that. Now obviously with that in mind, that does sort of run us through into other potential markets relating to pound strength. So pound strength, we could see pound Swissy pull back into anywhere around this sort of 130.50, and maybe even retest down here again at 130.120. So we've got like a 70 pip zone we're looking at, and if we just focus on how this move came, we've got a move, then we've got a bearish correction, we've got the impulse out. Now you can see that this test here came right down into previous market structure. Now the reason I think that we've got further downside is because I'm expecting cable or a further sell-off in cable before we then get that next impulse move. So I'm looking for the market to drop down to that 130.50. If we bring our fibs in, hopefully we should see some nice correlation in and around there, the 618. You can see how that comes down at pretty much spot on the money, 130.35, around the big even number, 130.50. And if we drop down a smaller time frame, what we can potentially see is nice cyclical pattern still being formed, lower lows, lower highs. So we should still see momentum to the downside until that shifts. If you're looking for extra sentiment, look for that cyclical pattern to change. Pound Aussie is interesting because right now we've come back into test structure. I will be looking for short-term shorts on this. We did trade this initially. We took some profits coming in, but then the second position came back up and took us out. So Pound Aussie, I'm looking for shorts temporarily, even though Aussie is really under pressure right now. I'm expecting sellers to come back in. I'll be looking them to at least test the neckline and come back here. I want the pound seasonal buy to be in and around this area before we go long again. Other market of interest is obviously that I touched on was Kiwi dollar for seasonal buys, based on the 8th of March is the most highest probability time to be buying Kiwi, with expected hold period on that to sort of mid-April, late April, 27th of April. Now I've been looking at price to come down and test that 67.30 for my seasonal buy. So I'm looking for a little bit of a further drop in Kiwi seasonal buys, and hopefully that should tie in with a bit of a sell-off from the US dollar, maybe after non-farm payroll. So hopefully that can all tie in together. So we'll be looking for longs at 67.30. One of the final market that has made headway for us is pound yen, and there's potential trade on this today. You know, you can see where we took our trade. We got a nice entry on this market, took out some lovely pips of this ahead of Mark Carney news. We then saw retracement through Asian session, and now we've got a base level being formed at 146.72. So options here, we'll be looking for the market to break 146.72, and then we can look to retest that short and continue for our extended targets down to 144.77. Okay, that's it from our roundup today. If you did like the information we've just provided, you can have access to this 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We have the Live Traders Club, which entails 6 live trading webinars. Get involved twice a day, Tuesday and Wednesday, and Monday and Thursday we also have sessions. So get involved. If you want to join the Live Traders Club, we've got a special offer on over this week. The link will be in the comment box below. All you do, click the link and we'll send out email access on how to get involved and join our live trading webinars every day apart from Fridays. Okay guys, make sure you click like, share and comment, and please share this information video with any fellow traders that you think may benefit. Have a great day. Bye bye.